Alrighty, good morning. I am in Portland, Maine. I got a shuttle down here yesterday, rented that car right there, Toyota RAV4, and I'm at the, well, you can't even really see it, Hilton Garden Inn out near the airport. Spent all yesterday, I got here about 10:30, 11 o'clock. First thing I did was run to Dick's Sporting Goods near my hotel. Bought myself, let me see this, pair of sneakers to wear for the next 2 days, and then I'll mail them home. I'm just tired of wearing hiking shoes and Crocs. So got a pair of Brooks running shoes. I got some regular socks, and went and did a little sightseeing downtown in Old Port area. Walked around all afternoon, checked stuff out, and now I'm about to go do a little car sightseeing, see some lighthouses, and make my way down to Kennebunk, Maine, where I just found out last night that a buddy of mine from grad school just recently bought a house there. So I'm going to go see him. I'm assuming his wife's down there with him, and later this afternoon. So I'll show you some lighthouses as I get moving along, and see what else we can find here and around Kennebunk and Portland. And it's going to be like 95 degrees today, something ridiculously hot. So I'm glad I'm going to be in the car with the air conditioner going, because just walking around yesterday I was sweating up a storm. So I'm glad I'm not backpacking right now. See you guys in a bit. Alrighty, there's Bug Light. It's a little lighthouse right over on South Portland. You can see behind it one of the ferry boats passing through. Those ferry boats go from Portland over there. Portland. And they go out to all these islands out here, and a lot of them have residents on them, and you got to take a ferry out to them. I might try to do one of those. I was going to do it yesterday. I was going to get up and do a 5 a.m. one this morning, but I didn't feel like getting up that early on my day off from hiking, so I may either try to do a sunset one tonight or a morning one tomorrow. But yeah, there you go. I'll walk up over here and show you a little more of Portland from across the bay or whatever. I think this is the Casco Bay, I think it's called. Alrighty, so apparently this thing was built in 1875, and it's actually called the Portland Breakwater Lighthouse, but this park around it's now been called Bug Light Park. And it says it's inspired by the 4th century Choragic monument built near the Acropolis in Athens. The unique style of the lighthouse sets it apart from any other lighthouse in the world. It was adopted as the official seal of the city of South Portland in 1940. So there you go. Bug Light, or Portland Breakwater Lighthouse. Pretty cool. Alright, so here's a view of Portland from across the bay at South Portland. These are all in here different piers, and there's restaurants, bars, and like fish market on some of them. There's water taxis over here. I think, where is it? Right there, that one in the middle of the screen right there. I think that's the big one where the bigger ferries go off over to the islands from. Looks like they're all out right now. And yesterday I walked all the way around this way. It's called the East Promenade. It's all along the water right there, and then it goes up and around that curve there. There's a beach up there. I walked probably just up past that beach and around that corner up there, and then walked back and realized it was too hot to be out walking, so I went and got some ice cream. Then I had dinner at a place, if anybody's ever up here, wants to go to a place called Scales. It was a recommendation from my daughter. It's right on Commerce Street, right, which is the main street, right on the waterfront where the piers all are, right in there somewhere. Awesome. It was really good. Yeah, so there you go. That's what it looks like from across the bay, little town of Portland, and we're going to head down and go see the next lighthouse, which is supposed to be, I think, a little bit bigger than this last one. Alrighty, here's another lighthouse, Spring Point Ledge Lighthouse. This was first lit in 1897, May of 1897. I'm going to also show you something I found interesting. So out there is Fort Gorges, Gorges, a U.S. military base that was built between, what did it say, 1858 and 1864. It was never occupied, never had a battle, and was basically abandoned as soon as it was built because it was obsolete from the day that it was finished because of ironclad ships and other military technology advances. So looks like the government was wasting money way back in 1864. It's nothing new apparently, but that's a little editorial. But there's a whole, it's an island thing now. You can go out there in a boat, and there's some Friends of Fort Gorges that raises money to sustain the thing. But it just sits out there in the middle of the water doing nothing. Looks like it's got a bunch of trees growing on top of it now. Right off the point where this thing sits. Interesting. There's another one of those ferries right there too. I think I definitely got to take one of those later today after I get back from visiting my buddy. Okay, I think there's one more bigger lighthouse that I'm going to go check out on the way down towards Kennebunk. See ya! Alrighty, so here's a cool little beach I found on a side street over in South Portland. It's called Willard Beach. You see in the distance there, that's Bug Light. And that other lighthouse is Spring, I forget what it's called. The one that I just showed you was over that way. And yeah, there's a whole bunch, there's lifeguards, some people in the water, not a lot of people in the water. It tells me it's a little chilly. But it's pretty crowded here. I had to park like 4 blocks away. There's one little parking lot right behind me. It probably holds like 40 cars, and then most of these people, I'm guessing, are pretty local from this little part of South Portland. They can all walk here and carry their gear and hang out. Some boats out in the harbor. Pretty nice. The sun is really hot. The breeze by the water though is pretty cool, so it's not too bad out here right now. If there was no breeze, it would be bad. But yeah, pretty nice. I'm heading down to check out one more lighthouse and then make my way down to Kennebunkport and Kennebunk. See ya. Alrighty, here's the last one on the tour, at least the last one that I am planning on going to. If I come across any other ones, it'll be a surprise to me. But this is the Portland Headlight. I think this is like the main one here. As you can see, it's a lot bigger, more substantial. Pretty cool. I think there's a museum in there. I think you can go, I don't know if you can go up. I don't see anybody up in it. I'm not gonna go up and in it. I might run down, take a quick walk around it. But just want to show it off a little bit. It's pretty cool. I'll take a couple pictures and then start making my way down the coast a little bit more, get down to where my buddies is. But yeah, pretty cool. It's in Fort Williams Park on Cape Elizabeth. So this whole area is called Cape Elizabeth. And that's the main lighthouse here. I'll go down there and see if I find out when it was built and put that down in the text below. See ya. So here's a much better view of the lighthouse from I don't know what side, on the south side, I guess. It was finished in 1791. It was commissioned by George Washington. So pretty cool. That's like a real lighthouse compared to those little ones that we saw earlier. Some pretty cool rocks and ledges around there too. There you go. Portland Head Lighthouse. Nice. Federal Jack's Brew Pub in Kennebunkport, Maine. Hanging out on the deck with my buddy Adam. He just ran inside for a second. Having a couple beverages, catching up on old times from grad school, and waiting for our lunch. Not too shabby. Oh, there you go. Thanks.
You're welcome.
For our appetizer on the way. It's good to be off trail for a couple days for sure. See you guys in a bit. All Alrighty, getting a little tour of Kennebunkport from my buddy Adam. There's Adam taking a picture. Say hello.
Hello.
There's Adam. So here is Walker Point, which otherwise is known as the Bush family compound. That is where President Bush, the senior, spent his summers. All these buildings, from that one all the way to that end one there, is their compound. There's still a couple of, you can see it, black SUV over there. George W. Bush was up this weekend for a golf tournament that benefits of charity his mother was very involved in, and he still comes up when they have that golf tournament to host it and help raise money for the charity his mom was heavily involved in. So there it is. All those times we heard about hanging out in Kennebunkport, that's it. Papa Bush hanging out. Oh, there's the Texas flag.
That means he's here.
So that means he's here. So he is here. So W is hanging out. Probably out biking somewhere. All right, super cool. I love it. Alrighty, good morning. It's my last day of zero. I am in downtown Portland. There's City Hall right there. It's 9:22 in the morning, and AccuWeather app says it's 82 degrees with a real feel of 95, and the thermometer in my car said it's 91 degrees. It's supposed to be the hottest day of the year up here, with thunderstorms coming in later. So I thought I'd take one last run downtown in the morning. I'm dropping off my car at the airport at like 3 o'clock, I think, 3 or 3:30, and then getting a pickup by my shuttle driver, take me back up north at 4 o'clock. So let me walk down here. I'm walking down Exchange Street, which has a lot of restaurants on it. You get down to Commercial, which is the main strip down near the waterfront. I'll show you a little bit of that, and then we'll call it a day. I'll try and find a spot somewhere, maybe around lunchtime. I can do this video and upload it with a Wi-Fi, and be back on trail tomorrow. So let's go check out Portland. All right, here's a little view of Exchange Street as we're walking down. Not a lot of people out yet since it's so early, but cool little spot. There's a jewelry store, craft home jewelry, clothing, tattoo parlor, bath, and Portland. It's a cool little place. Little gift shop type thing. How about that? I thought I would give another shout out to my buddy Adam, who hung out with yesterday afternoon. I explained to him the concept of the trail will provide, and I was definitely in the need of hanging out with some friends or doing something. And how's this? He and his wife bought that place in Maine last fall. They'd only been there like 3 times since, and they just came up from where their other home is down in Florida. They just came up 3 days ago now. So they'd been there 2 days when he saw my Instagram post that I was in Portland, and he sent me a message and said, "Hey, I'm half an hour away. Why don't you come down?" I hadn't seen Adam in, 10, 15 years. So super cool that the trail provided a buddy in town where I'm taking some zeros right at the time I needed it. So love that. Another street here. I don't know what this is called, but there's a bunch of stores and bars and stuff down here, and then the waterfront's right down here. So let's head down that way and see what we got. Make sure I don't get hit by a car while I'm doing it. Alright, so I walked down the one end of the street, and then I thought I would just walk back and show a little bit of it. Here's a spot, the King's Head Pub, right down here. It would be nice to stop at if it wasn't 10 o'clock in the morning. But the waterfront area, a lot of big buildings like this. It's big stone or brick buildings, kind of similar architecture all along the waterfront, and then the piers shoot out into the water. It is so hot out here. I don't think I can do a lot of walking around today. Here's one of the There's lots of brewing companies here in Portland, so a lot of brew pubs. There's a 10:30 tour boat that goes out and goes past some of the lighthouses I saw yesterday, and then out through a couple of the islands, and it's like an hour and 45 minutes. So I think that's going to work time-wise. Give me time to do what I have to do. I have to pack up the box and find a post office and mail these sneakers back home and stuff before I return the car. So I think I'm going to do a little boat cruise and maybe show you some stuff from out on the water, because it is just so hot. Walking around here is going to not be good. Not something I want to do on a day I'm trying to get some rest. So I'm going to sign up for the boat up here. There's just some more downtown. There's some of that over there, some of the piers. Another pier right here, like condos. But right up here is where you sign up for different cruises and stuff like that. So that's the plan. I'll show you some stuff out on the water, as opposed to walking around kind of a town that's still waking up. See ya. All right, got my ticket for the boat, and now I'm gonna go try a holy donut, which is a donut made from potato flour. It's a Maine thing, so we'll give this a try. Eat our way through Portland. I'll let you know how it is. All right, I'm so Maine right now, I can hardly stand myself. Got a blueberry lemon Maine potato donut, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty good. It's very dense. It's like heavy. It's a heavy donut, but the blueberry flavor is very good. The lemon frosting, very lemony, and yeah, I give it a thumbs up. That car almost wanted to hit me. People are generally pretty good about stopping when they see you in a crosswalk, but that lady was flying down here. So, all right, I'm gonna eat my donut, wait for my ship. I think I board the ship at 10:15, and off we go at 10:30. Show you the water out there in a little bit.
Cliffsides that makes up most of Maine, as well as cliffside homes, and what we call the house sightseeing portion of the tour. Now, some of them may look like they are different makes and models from all the way around the world, because some of them are old captain homes. They bring back their favorite design or model and build it in their hometown from their travels. Down the Native American names you heard. Now, one such name you try to understand was coming up here on our right above our head, and what he heard them say was black. So when he took it back to England, as well as some other names, King Charles decided to change them to more British sounding names. Out of all the names he changed, only 4 remain today here on the East Coast. You have Charleston, South Carolina, Cape Ann and Charles River in Massachusetts. And coming up on our right is Duke Elizabeth, named after his sister, Elizabeth of Bohemia. This yellow house with the red roof is pretty much the town line. Elizabeth and South Carolina. The South Carolina counties all up on bunch together. Duke compared to people. That is because Elizabeth is one of our most affluent towns here in Maine, and was our most affluent town up until about 50 years ago. It was eaten out by the town of Maine. Built that light tower. It was commissioned by General George Washington, and that wasn't a lot of money even back then, so we had to get a little bit creative. We went to the surrounding farmers and asked if they could give us their fuel stones they would dig up in their fields, bring it out to this head, and build the light tower with some expert masons. Now, when it was first lit in 1791, it was lit with 16 whale oil candles. Now, we had to use a special kind of whale oil, because we are very far north and we do have heavy winters. We need something that does not freeze during the winter months. Now, because of this, that whale population was heavily decimated, and it was the sperm whale. Alright, we are coming up on Cushing Island to our right. We talked a little bit about it earlier as being a summer-only island. But it was, I should say, got its name from Lemuel Cushing, who bought the island in the 1850s. Came out here to build a hotel and summer parkland resort. to allow Victorian and other wealthy people to come out of those hot cities from the south and enjoy some of that cool ocean breeze. Now, don't look too hard for that hotel called the Ottawa House, from Ottawa, Canada, because it was made of wood and there wasn't any real fire department out here back then. So it burned down in 1888. Now, he did build it grander than before, and this place was known as the island where you never have to take a step onto soil. As when you get off the boat, you get right onto a carriage that will take you directly to that Ottawa House. 1,000 during the summer months. And it has one of the best maintained road networks of any of the islands out here, as it is the only island serviced by the car ferry. That's where the ferry is.
Kids having fun.
Said for those people who are jumping into the water out here for a good swim day that you get braver and braver as the tide goes out as the water gets farther and farther away. Officers on the opposite side of the rocks. Sunning themselves here. They're not great
Couple seals hanging out, sunning themselves.
movement on land, so they kind of like sit here on the edge of the rock as the tide goes out to let them get on top of the higher points.
Nice.
And you can see two large yachts tied up there. This will be where most of the yachts, or large yachts I should say, come here and tie up over the summer months. And this long stretch here that faces the river will have the divvy yachts. And last year there was a yacht that stayed out here for close to a month called the Rising Sun, and it is owned by the creator of Google.
Alrighty, so that's a wrap on the cruise, and pretty much a wrap on Portland. It's 12:30. I'm gonna run somewhere, get a quick bite to eat, and then head back to drop off, mail a box home with the sneakers in it, and get to the airport and return the car and get ready to get back at it. I'm heading up to Andover, Maine tonight, staying at a hostel there. I think it's called the Camp, and they're gonna shuttle me back in the morning to Grafton Notch, where I have like I don't know if it's a 10 or a 13 mile slack pack. I think it's a 13 mile slack pack to a road. Then they'll get me, and I'll stay with them tomorrow night as well. So that's the game plan. Hopefully I can go find a quick bite to eat and put this video up for you guys, and see you back on trail tomorrow. Later.